Thinking in English is a game changer for fluency. It's not about translating words from your native language. It's about rewiring your brain to process thoughts directly in English. Imagine walking into a room, looking around, and describing everything you see, all in English. No pauses, no searching for words, just natural, confident speech. But how do you get there? Don't worry. In this video, we'll take you through a step-by-step method to start thinking in English. From focusing on simple words to building entire paragraphs, these stages will transform your language skills. By the end, you'll not only speak more fluently, but also feel more confident in expressing yourself. Stay tuned, and if you want to learn more practical tips like these, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with your friends who are learning English too. Now, let's get started with the first stage, thinking in verbs. Let's start with the foundation, verbs. Verbs are action words. They describe what's happening around you. Thinking in verbs helps you focus on actions and simplifies your thought process. For example, instead of thinking, I am walking to the store, just think, walk. This cuts out unnecessary words and trains your brain to focus directly on English actions. Here's how to practice. As you go about your day, observe your surroundings and describe actions using verbs. If you're eating, think eat. If you're sitting, think sit. Keep it simple. No need for complete sentences at this stage. The goal is to associate actions directly with their English words. A quick exercise. Pause this video and take a moment to look around you. What actions are happening? Are you typing, writing, or drinking water? Say those verbs in your mind, or even better, out loud. With consistent practice, this habit of thinking in verbs will make forming sentences much easier later. But before we move on to the next stage, here's a quick tip. Keep a small list of common verbs with you. Review it throughout the day to reinforce your learning. Ready to level up? Let's move to stage 2, thinking in nouns. Now that you've started thinking in verbs, let's add nouns to the mix. Nouns are the names of people, places, things, or ideas. They help you identify the world around you. For example, instead of just thinking, walk, you can now think, walk to the park, adding a location or object to the action. Here's how to practice. As you look around, name the things you see. If you're at home, think table, chair, or window. If you're outside, name tree, car, or road. This step expands your vocabulary and makes your thoughts more descriptive. A fun exercise you can try is to pick a room in your house and name everything you see in English. For example, bed, lamp, mirror, closet. Do this out loud if possible. It helps reinforce memory and boosts confidence in speaking. Combining nouns and verbs is where things get exciting. You can start forming simple thoughts like eat apple or read book. These aren't full sentences yet, but they're a great step toward fluency. Quick tip: carry a small notebook or use a notes app to jot down new nouns you learn throughout the day. Seeing and reviewing them regularly will help them stick in your mind. Once you're comfortable with nouns, it's time to move on to the magic of forming sentences in stage 3. Get ready. Now comes the most exciting part, combining verbs and nouns to form sentences. This is where your thoughts start taking shape in a way that mirrors natural speech. Think of sentences as the bridge between individual words and fluent conversation. For instance, instead of just thinking run or park, you can now think I run in the park. It's a simple but powerful way to start expressing complete thoughts in English. Here's a practical exercise. Throughout the day, narrate your actions in short sentences. For example, if you're making coffee, think or say, I pour water, or I drink coffee. These small steps build your confidence and help you structure your thoughts in English. Don't worry about making complex sentences at this stage. Start with short, clear statements. Focus on the subject, who or what, the verb, action, and sometimes the object, what's being acted upon. For example, I read a book. She writes a letter. They play soccer. As you practice, you'll notice that forming these sentences becomes faster and easier. Your brain will automatically connect nouns and verbs without needing to translate from your native language. Here's another tip. Practice with common daily activities. Think of sentences like, I wash dishes, or I watch TV. These phrases are relatable and easy to incorporate into your routine. Keep practicing consistently. Once you feel comfortable forming sentences, you're ready to take your thoughts to the next level. Thinking in paragraphs. Congratulations! You've made it to the final stage of thinking in English. Thinking in paragraphs. This is where your language skills begin to feel truly natural and fluid. When you can think in complete thoughts, or even paragraphs, you'll be able to engage in conversations without hesitation or translating in your head. At this stage, your goal is to connect sentences to create more complex and detailed ideas. Instead of thinking about single actions or simple statements, you'll start constructing full descriptions and explanations. For example, instead of saying, I read a book, you could think, I read a book every evening before bed. It helps me relax and learn new things. This ability to think in paragraphs is what gives you the power to express your thoughts clearly and naturally in any conversation. You'll be able to tell stories, explain your ideas, or even describe your feelings in full sentences, all without needing to pause and think in your native language. Here's an exercise to practice thinking in paragraphs. Pick a topic you enjoy, like your favorite hobby, and start describing it in English. For example, if you love playing football, think or speak, I love playing football because it keeps me active and focused. I play with my friends on weekends. We enjoy it so much that we often forget the time. Football helps me relax, and it also teaches teamwork. As you develop this skill, try expanding your thoughts on different topics. Describe your day, a movie you watched, or a place you visited. Start small and gradually work your way up to more detailed explanations. The key to thinking in paragraphs is practice. As you continue to practice regularly, your ability to form connected ideas will become second nature, making your speech more fluent and coherent. Now that you're able to think in full sentences and paragraphs, it's time to move forward with more powerful tips on how to practice thinking in English every day. We've covered the 4 stages of thinking in English: verbs, nouns, sentences, and paragraphs. Now, let's focus on the most important aspect of all: the power of consistent practice. Consistency is what transforms these stages from theory into real fluency. Without regular practice, even the best strategies won't work. To achieve fluency, you need to make thinking in English a daily habit. Here's how you can incorporate thinking in English into your daily life. Point 1. Daily observations. Every day, pay attention to the world around you. Think in English as you observe people, objects, and actions. For example, if you're walking outside, you can think, the trees are tall. People are walking fast. I can hear cars driving by. It's as simple as that. The goal is to train your brain to automatically think in English as you interact with the world. 2. Journaling. Start a daily journal in English. Write down your thoughts, feelings, and experiences in simple paragraphs. This exercise forces you to form complete thoughts in English and express them in a natural way. Over time, your vocabulary and ability to form more complex ideas will grow. 3. Self-talk. Throughout your day, talk to yourself in English. Whether you're thinking about what you need to do, reflecting on something, or even making a decision, do it in English. It might feel strange at first, but with time, it will become a normal part of your thinking process. 4. Use technology. Apps, podcasts, and YouTube channels that focus on English learning can also help you think in English. Listen to them as much as possible during your day. Try to imitate the speaker's sentences or repeat phrases you hear. This will build your confidence and help you think more naturally in English. Remember, thinking in English won't happen overnight. It requires time, patience, and regular practice. But the more you practice, the easier it will become. And soon enough, thinking in English will feel just as natural as thinking in your native language. So, here's your challenge. Start incorporating these daily practices into your routine. Be consistent, and you'll soon notice a significant improvement in your fluency and confidence. Thinking directly in English will no longer be a struggle. It will become second nature. Thank you for joining me on this journey to mastering thinking in English. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and soon you'll be speaking English fluently without any hesitation. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who want to improve their English too. See you in the next video, and keep practicing.